Hi, it's Taya from Twitter Dance Company again. Today I'll show you how I do my Odissi stage makeup, and I'll try to explain the most important steps. I can't really cover everything in detail because that would take like an hour, but I'll try to concentrate on the parts that I think are the most important and or the trickiest. So this is something that I've come to after a few years of experimentation and trying different things, and you probably want to do the same. You want to try different things on your face and see what works with your features, your complexion, your hair color, but hopefully you can benefit from my experience. Okay, so let's start with the checklist. We're going to go clockwise, and that's exactly the order you'll be using these things in. We're going to start with a pancake. I used Gopinath number 25. Also we have here some pencil highlighter, dry powder. Both are lighter than the pancake. You're going to need some water for the pancake, remember that. Next, we have a big soft brush for the blush. Here's the blush. I have it in two shades, a redder one and kind of closer to a skin tone, like a bronzer. Next, a brown eye pencil, a sharpener, a black and white eyeshadow, a thin, sharp brush, kajal, mascara, lipstick, lip gloss, white acrylic paint, bindi. Step 1, remove all the makeup from your face and put pancake on it using a very wet sponge. Like, if it's hard to apply, if it's hard to spread evenly, just add more water, it'll help. Step 2 is a bit of a basic contouring. We're going to use some blush on our cheeks, some bronzer or blush on our nose to make it look thinner, and some bronzer on our jaw, like to make the jaw a little more defined. Yeah, so this contouring looks a little aggressive, but it is what you want for the stage. Like, it makes your face look pretty from a distance. Next we're going to do our eyebrows, but before we do that, we're going to try to erase our natural eyebrows, like cover them with makeup completely, so we can draw new eyebrows higher above the eye. Because we draw like really long and thick and dark eyebrows, we need to make sure they're high enough above the eye so they don't look really heavy. And like most people's natural eyebrows are not high enough for that. So we're gonna put some like pencil highlighter or liquid foundation on the eyebrows and then put some dry powder on top so it really sticks. Okay, now we're gonna do our eyebrows, and I do mine in a combination of brown and black. I've tried jet black only, it doesn't really work with my hair and complexion. But if I only use brown, it's too light for stage. It disappears under bright lighting, and also it contrasts with the eyes that I cannot do in brown. So, you know, if you have lighter hair like I do, you can try this. If you're brunette, just use kajal for everything. So we're going to start by mapping out the lines. You can do it in small strokes or dots, and you can start here. Make sure these two are symmetrical. Now the highest point of your eyebrow should be almost the outer corner of your eye, like not exactly like here. And then just make it thicker and smoother and make sure these two are the same. Okay, so yeah, what do we have here? So I like to keep my eyebrow almost the same width throughout. I usually blend this part. I've tried it without the blending. I like it more with the blending. I really don't recommend making this part much thicker than the rest of the eyebrow, because on stage the rest of the eyebrow disappears and it creates like this kind of eye, like a sad eye, and what you want is, you know, the opposite. Next we're going to use some black kajal on our eyebrows, and we're going to do it strategically to kind of shape the eyebrow and also give it the intensity to make it dark enough. So I put some kajal here, so we make the highest point of the eyebrow also the darkest, and also a little bit here. You can, you know, you can also stretch it out a little bit more. You can just go all the way here. So this is gonna look much better on stage. Now we're gonna do our eyes, and we're gonna start with the lower line and then build the whole eye makeup on it, not the other way around. It's easier to use kajal for this because you can apply it in small strokes, but it's not very lasting. It really, it can really flow if you sweat. So what I do is I just draw the very bottom of the lower line with something much more lasting. For example, I have this liquid MAC eyeliner that is very hard to remove. That's why I don't use it on my whole eye, so I don't have to rub my eye so hard. I just use it like this, and then a little more, and then I just fill out the rest with kajal. Okay, so this is the lower line. As you can see, it's really thick. Don't be afraid to make it thick. This little thing here can point downwards or upwards. I've tried both look good. The lowest point of this line is approximately the outer edge of your iris when you're looking straight. It's really evenly curved, so from here you go up, and it doesn't really reach the end of the eyebrow, it doesn't really get there. So once you draw the bottom of it, you can connect the outer corner of your eye with the end of this line and then just fill it all out. Next we're doing the eyeshadow. So I drew this kind of whale shaped or like fish shaped thing here with some really dark gray eyeshadow, like the closer to black the better. And there's also some pink on the eyeball. So now you can draw the upper line with kajal. See, it's a little longer than the lower one, and it's not as long as the eyebrow. There's a small gap between them. It's really thin. It gets thicker here, but I also kind of blended it into the eyeshadow. To make the eyes brighter, just add a little white, shiny eyeshadow right here on the eyeball, right where the eye line starts. If you cover it with eyeshadow, just refresh it. And you can stretch out this white line a little bit towards the outer end. Some mascara, or you can use falsies. I do that sometimes. Now, I have my bindi on and I'm gonna draw white petals around it with white acrylic paint. This one just takes practice. Just keep trying and it'll get better each time. We're starting with top petals that are longer. Now, draw a little V under this flower with cudgel, then a line on top of it like this, and one more white dot right in the center, and we're done. For the lips, I'm going to use the same brown pencil that I used for my eyebrows. We're going to start with this little V shape. And don't be afraid of to go a little bit outside your natural lip line. Lipstick. Lip gloss. And for some extra volume, some eyeshadow on your lips. Like this. I use pink. And now the last thing, the curly Q. It's optional, you don't have to do it. I think it's really cute, so I do it all the time. This one just takes a lot of practice, and it's also easier to do on somebody, so if you have a helping hand around, use it. But you can also do it yourself if you practice enough. So I'm going to use the same brown pencil that I use for my eyebrows, and it goes on like this. And we are done. Yeah, so I guess the idea is to erase your face completely and then paint a new one. It takes some adjustment, like some practice, to see what works on your face and what doesn't, and to figure out all the ratios and the length of the lines and the thickness, but it's definitely worth it. What I suggest is, like, don't be afraid to go bigger and to draw longer, thicker, darker lines. Because it looks good on stage. Like, if you like your reflection close up in the mirror, you probably didn't do enough. If you have any questions, leave a comment here or on Instagram. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Bye bye!